Hola clase, and welcome to your last notes video, your last vocab list of first semester Spanish 2. Today we'll be talking about capítulo 8, paso 3, vocabulario. Please fill in the pages on pages 31 and 32 of your packet while watching this video. As always, pause as needed. Los números. At the beginning of this year, we learned los números grandes, numbers 100 through a million and beyond. We are reviewing these numbers once again during capítulo 8, paso 3. The numbers are 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, 10,000, and un millón or millón. You'll notice that there are 3 irregular hundreds. They are 500, 700, and 900, and they have irregular spelling. Some information about los números that you can put next to the stars that you see below that portion of the list. The first thing you need to note is that 100 changes to ciento when you add more to it. 105 would be said as 105. You can only add e or and between a tens and ones, as you can see in the previous example as well as this current one. So to say 152, you would say 152. Finally, if you are counting objects, you need to match the hundreds place or the ones place if the item is feminine. This is the new component to the numbers that you see in this food unit. So to say 200 apples, since the word apples is manzanas and it is feminine in plural, therefore you'd be saying 200 manzanas. To say 31 pineapples, since pineapples is feminine, then you need to make the one agree. So therefore it becomes 31 piñas. Más comida. This is our last portion of our food vocabulary list with some additional words including restaurant and dining vocabulary. La bebida, the beverage or drink. El agua mineral, the mineral water. La carne, the meat. La carne de res, the beef. El bistec, the steak. Los camarones, the shrimp, which are commonly served with their heads on in other countries, so beware when you order them in a restaurant. El pescado, the fish. Notice that this is for the fish that you would order in a restaurant. This is one that would be dead and served as a meal, as opposed to el pez, which we learned is the living fish. El cubierto, the silverware. El tenedor, the fork. El cuchillo, the knife. La cuchara, the spoon. El plato, the plate. El tazón, or el plato hondo, the bowl. In this course, we'll be primarily using the word el tazón. El vaso, the glass. La servilleta, the napkin. La cebolla, the onion. El maíz, the corn. La zanahoria, the carrot. El tomate, the tomato. La fresa, the strawberry. El postre, the dessert. El batido, the milkshake or smoothie. El flan, the flan. So flan is a primarily served cold dessert that is a custard type dessert. La galleta, it means the cookie and it can also mean the cracker. El pastel, the cake or the pie. El camarero, la camarera, el mesero, and la mesera all mean the server or waiter or waitress. You can select which one you prefer to use. You do need to be familiar with all of these terms. El menú, the menu. La cuenta, the check. La propina, the tip. If you turn to the next page, page 32, you'll see the verbs at the top section. There are 3 verbs. The first verb is traer, to bring. Traer is a go verb in the present tense. Here are the forms of traer in the present tense. Traigo, traes, trae, traemos, traís, traen. And as you see that it's a go verb, the only irregular form is the yo form. The second verb is pedir, which can mean to order or to ask for. Pedir is stem changing E to I. The irregular spellings are highlighted. Pido, pides, pide, pedimos, pedís, piden. And again, this is in the present tense. The final new verb is desear, to want or desire, commonly used in a restaurant setting. This verb is a regular AR verb in the present tense. Deseo, deseas, desea, deseamos, deseáis, and desean. When you're in a restaurant, often you want to make polite requests. Here are some phrases. Nos puede traer? Can you bring us? Me trae? Will you bring me? You'll notice in each of these cases, the verbs are conjugated in the usted form, because in a restaurant setting, when you're asking for something, you will use the polite or the usted or ustedes forms of the verbs. You can also see that there's an indirect object pronoun used to demonstrate who it's being done for. Ordering in a restaurant. When you're having an informal conversation at the table, you might ask somebody, ¿Qué vas a pedir? What are you going to order? The waiter might come to your table or waitress and ask you, ¿Qué le puedo traer? What can I bring you? Again, using the formal version of le to say you. To say what you're going to order, you could say, voy a pedir. I'm going to order. You could also say, yo quisiera. I would like. Asking for and paying for the bill in a restaurant. The waiter or waitress could say, ¿Desean algo más? Would you all formal, like something else or anything else? ¿Cuánto es? How much is it? ¿Está incluida la propina? Is the tip included? This is common because in many Spanish-speaking countries, the tip is actually already included as part of the bill. Continuation. ¿Nos puede traer la cuenta? Can you formal bring us the check? This would be a question from the customer to the waiter or waitress. La cuenta, por favor. Check, please. Again, the client or the customer would ask for the bill. And then finally, es aparte. It's separate. In Spanish-speaking countries, you often have to ask for the check. The server does not want to rush you by bringing you without asking. So therefore, they typically stand in the corner of the restaurant, watch you from afar, and you would raise your hand and say, camarero, joven, mesero, in order to ask for the bill. Más vocabulario. A few adjectives that would help you in being able to say things. Limpio or limpia is an adjective meaning clean. You would commonly use it with estar. Sucio is dirty, again, using it with a star. Otro, and all of its forms, would be other or another. Don't forget to make all 3 of these words match when you use them. To say, mi servilleta está sucia, my napkin is dirty. You could say, necesito otra, referring to, I need another one, and since it's feminine, you would know that we're talking about the servilleta from the previous sentence. The context would let you know what item would be talked about by making it agree with otra, and you would not need to re-say servilleta. This is the end of the vocabulary for the entire semester. Felicidades!